Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India in Durban, Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi, Mr. Andile Kumalo, Mr. Tobani Mtembu, Mr. Senzo Sitole, Mr. Sipiwe Mchunu, Mr. Piyush Khandalwal, distinguished guests, online viewers, Namaskar and welcome to the 12th episode of Bharat Ek Anubhuti, India a Feeling. Indeed, a travelogue, an online travelogue series. Indeed, today in our midst we have three very dynamic ICCR scholars or alumni who will be sharing their experiences and journeys in incredible India with us. To commence today's program, I would like to invite our first guest speaker, and that is Mr. Andile Kumalo, ICCR scholar from Osmania University, who has a BA qualification in commerce and was studying in Osmania University from 2013 to 2016. Namaste and welcome, Andile ji, for your remarks on this 12th episode of Bharat Ek Anubhuti.
Namaskar. Greetings to everyone. My name is Andile Kumalo, a former ICCR student who studied abroad in India in an academic year 2013 to 2016 for undergraduate course, which is Bachelor of Commerce in Nizam College, an Autonomous College of Osmania University, which is located in Hyderabad, a big city of Telangana state in India. It was a great experience for me that I would like to share with everyone. I started to stay in India in July 2013 in a city called Hyderabad, a large city of Telangana state. I stayed there doing BCom in Nizam College, where I met different students from different countries. I met caring and approachable lecturers there. I still remember the way they were taking their time to explain everything to us. They were always ready to help us to ensure that we understand all that was being taught in class. I made a lot of friends in college and also in football sports grounds, since football is my favorite sport. I was fascinated to see that most of the people in India know South Africa, especially because of our cricket team and our greatest icon, Mr. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. So that is how I started to interact with more Indians and other foreign students. Lifestyle is kind of like how you choose to live there. As long as if you don't disturb others or causing troubles in the communities, you are more than welcome to live your lifestyle the way you feel is best for you in India. Like you decide for yourself what type of clothes you prefer, food you like, cultural interest and your hobbies, etc. So basically, you have the right to choose what makes you feel good about yourself. Places I visited when I was in Hyderabad, I visited the Charminar monument and mosque located in Hyderabad, Telangana state in India, which was constructed in 1591. The landmark has become known globally as a symbol of Hyderabad, and it is listed among the most recognized structures in India. It's a wonderful, beautiful structure. Then we traveled to Golconda Fort. Golconda Fort, which is located in the western part of Hyderabad city, and which is about 9 kilometers from the Hussain Sagar Lake. It is also a historical place worthy to visit. The last place that I visited is Ramoji Film City, which was built in 1996 by Ramoji Rao, popular Telugu producer. It is an integrated film studio complex located in Hyderabad in India. And it is the largest integrated film city in the world, and it has been certified by the Guinness World Records as the largest studio complex in the world. I also visited in a city called Ahmedabad for postgraduate course to do master's degree in Syed Dada's School of Commerce, a college that is affiliated to Gujarat University, which is located in Ahmedabad in the state of Gujarat. There, unlike Telangana state, Gujarat is primarily a vegetarian and a dry state. But there are some places where you can get non-veg and alcohol, which are permitted under some certain conditions. Gujarat is one of the largest states in India, and it's a popular tourist destination for people from all over the world. Gujarat is admired by many people for its beautiful landscape and tourism attraction sites. Here are some of the places that I visited there. I visited Surat, where we went there to enjoy ourselves in Dumas Beach, which is in the countryside along Arabian Sea in Surat, city of Gujarat state. Then we traveled to Rajkot, a western Indian state of Gujarat. It is a city where the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, spent his childhood. So there are some interesting sites to see there, such as Watson Museum, to mention one. Then we traveled to Junagadh, a famous tourism and pilgrimage center in Gujarat state, where we then continue with our journey to Sasangiri. Sasangiri is also known as Giri National Park. It is a forest, national park and wildlife sanctuary, which is near to Talalagir in Gujarat. It is a very interesting place to visit and see different kinds of wild animals there, such as lions, leopard, and deer, to mention the few. Then we traveled to Vadodara. Then to the island in Namada River, a place where a Statue of Unity is located near the town of Kevadia in Gujarat. In Gujarat's Namada district. The Statue of Unity is a tribute to the Indian leader Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and it is the tallest statue in the world. Its height is 132 meters high. I suggest you visit this place to see and experience the extraordinary work of Indian engineers that is dedicated to an Indian hero of their freedom fighter called Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Then we traveled to Gandhinagar. Gandhinagar is a city that was named after the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. It is a city that is noted as one of the well-planned in India. It has been planned with gardens, broad avenues, dotted with trees, beautiful buildings, temple and markets, etc. And because of all that I have mentioned, Gandhinagar is called the greenest capital city of Asia in Gujarat state. Then we traveled to Champana Pavagad Archaeological Park, which is located in the Panch Mahal district of Gujarat state in northwest India, which was founded by Vanraj Chavda, the most prominent king of the Chavda dynasty, the most prominent king of the Chavda dynasty in 8th century. This historical place is known for being a wonderful ancient structure, ancient monument which was built by very skillful ancient people many years ago. The work of those ancient people who built these structures is amazing, and it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2004. UNESCO stands for United Nations Educational, Science and Cultural Organization. So I suggest you visit this place. Then we travel to Amir. The Amir Fort is located in Amba, which is 11 kilometers from Jaipur. It is one of the famous forts of Rajasthan. It is an old fort built in 1592 by Raja Alam Sai Mina, who was a ruler from the Chanda clan of Minas in 967 current era. This Amir fort has influences of both Hindu and Muslim architecture. This place is one of the most well-known and most visited fort in India, and it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2013 as part of a group of 6 hill forts in Rajasthan. So I suggest you should consider visiting this interesting historical place. The last place that I visited in India is Goa. Goa is a state in western India with coastlines stretching along the Arabian Sea. Goa is the best place to visit if you want to have fun and enjoy yourself. Knowing that Goa is known for its wonderful beaches, so we decided to travel and visit there. We went to Baka Beach, Anjuna Beach, and Kalangut Beach. We went there to enjoy ourselves in an Indian Ocean. We had a lot of fun there, and we enjoyed the Goan cuisine such as seafood and non-veg and so on. We also visited some other interesting sites there. So it was a very nice experience. Yeah, so India is a multicultural nation. There is a cultural tolerance there. The Indian people understand the importance of diversity, and that's what makes it easy for foreigners to feel free when they are in India. So it's very interesting to see everyone celebrating their culture freely, whether you are Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Sikh, Jainism, or other religion. You have a complete freedom to celebrate what you believe in. Coming to cuisine, I would say you will enjoy Indian food whether you are a vegetarian or a non-veg. Hyderabad is a city that is known for serving the best biryani. Restaurants are just nearer. Another interesting thing in India is that you don't have to travel or go too far in order to get the meal you want. Restaurants are just nearer. It's like almost everything is just around and food prices are very convenient and suitable for everyone. It's very cheap for them. That's all from me, Andile Kumalo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andileji. Wow, what an incredible experience or journey you did have. Thank you for sharing that experience with us. Next, we will be screening a video on Incredible India. So sit back, relax as we take you on this journey.
From being a festival to respite adventure seekers, to engulfing families and their quality time, Kutch's Ranotsav transforms 5 lakh square kilometers of desert into a landmark of grace and elegance. Set up in a small town, the tent city breathes a life of its own. The Ranotsav plans days and nights of fun for families and friends. Once you are there, there's something for everyone. You can enjoy your stay in the traditional Kutchi huts called the Bhungas. Spend a peaceful afternoon at the Gujarat Tourism Theme Centre and the library. Or ride around the marketplace of handmade artifacts and handloom products. Enjoy activities like paragliding, ATV bike riding, and other fun-filled activities at the adventure park. The folk tunes and Garba dance scenes will make you groove and remind you of Gujarat in all its glory. Tucked away from the hustle of the everyday city life, it is a perfect setting for a bike trip. While solo travelers navigate their inner journey, you can also ride off to surrounding sites like the Kala Dungar, the Run of Kutch is a beauty to behold in the chilly months of November till February. The majestic white salt desert, spread across in all its extravagance, mirrors the moonlight even during the day and fills the thirstiest of nature seekers. It's at this majestic place that the moon shines brighter than the sun, transforming the grains of sand into glittering gems. Gazing at the endless expanse instills a glimpse of heaven on earth. The pristine white sand works its charm on each of the senses, leaving behind sheer amazement. Under any light, the Ran does all in its power to encourage its enchanted beauty. Enjoy the beautiful setting sun at the White Run, a sight that will be etched in your memory for many years to come.
I hope you enjoyed that video as much as we did. Next, our guest speaker is Mr. Tobani Mtembu, and Tobani ji is also an ICCR scholar from the University of Shillong with a qualification in the BA Political Science, and Tobani ji studied at the University of Shillong from the year 2013 to 2016. Namaste and welcome, Tobani ji.
So, I go by the name of Tomo Busani Timbu. I'm from Morningside. Um, yeah, I studied in India, Shillong for about 4 years. A degree in political science, international relations. Truthfully speaking, being in India was, yeah, it was, it wasn't easy, but at the same time, it wasn't hard. Uh, there was a lot of experiences. There was a lot of learning curves that were there, um, especially when it comes to the way they, so to say, do school, the way they learn. It's so different from what we were used to here in South Africa. So when we got there, uh, yeah, it was a culture shock. It was wow in all senses of the word, from schooling to actual just being alive in the country. It was a culture shock. It was nothing we were used to. So, but yeah, we adjusted. We made it. We did it. We're here. Yeah, we had some. Well, rather, I had some good experiences, bad ones as well. It's only natural with anything. Not everything is going to be all positive all the time. Uh, yeah, I feel like being in India actually helped me escape my comfort zone. It helped me understand that, okay, this is what life is about. This is how things move. This is how things work in the real world. So yeah, it woke me up to a lot of things. I want to say I wasn't aware of while I was here, because being in your comfort zone, there's a lot of things you don't pay attention to. There's a lot of things you don't really care about until they're not in front of you anymore. So yeah, that was an experience and a half, getting to learn what life is actually about, going from staying at home, being dependent on other people around me, to being absolutely alone, um, having to almost fend for myself. But yeah, you figure it out, man. That's what you do. You get up, buckle down, and do it. In terms of school, school's great. St. Anthony's College was amazing. Um, the people were amazing. The majority of the people were amazing. Of course, there's going to be like those two or three that, you know, don't like you because they just don't like you, but there's nothing you can do about that. But majority of the people definitely were, they were amazing. They treated me warmly. They welcomed me. Yeah, it was a good thing. It was awesome. I got to see a lot of places, especially in the Northeast. And what I've realized, a lot of people don't know about Northeast India. I don't know whether it's because it's the name. Is it the name of, especially the city? When people ask like, where did you study? You say Shillong. The first thing they think is China. They're like, but yeah, there's a lot of experiences we had in the city of Shillong. There's so many different cultures in Shillong that just come together and mash to make one ginormous subculture of sorts. Uh, you have your Nagas, you have your Bana people, you have your Khasis. All of that just comes together, and all of them are very different in their own way, and they come together so beautifully. I got to experience all of that. Uh, it's not exactly the traditional authentic Indian experience that people think. Because even when I arrived there, the first thing I thought, I was 100% sure that I'm in China. But but yeah, we adjusted and we got to see a lot of beautiful places. We got to go to Dauki, um, Guwahati. We've been to Guwahati Ecoland several times. Ecoland is like a theme park of sorts, water slash roller coasters type of thing in Assam, the state of Assam. We've been there multiple times. Can't get enough of that place. I've been to Kaziranga, the national park in Assam. Um, there's so many places that we've actually been to. I'm forgetting a lot of them. Uh, yeah. Also, we've been to Sora. Yeah, and also there's a place called Molinong Village. It's been dubbed the cleanest village in Asia. Uh, Amazing, amazing, amazing. They have this living roots bridge. It's this bridge that's been there for like 100 plus years, and it's only just made of actual tree roots. But the tree roots are actually still alive, so every year they just sort of intertwine into each other. Yeah, it's an amazing thing to see that people actually did that. Yeah, the experience in India was amazing. It was amazing. If I definitely had the chance, I would go back. I would leave everything I'm doing right now, and I would definitely go back. So I'd just like to thank ICCR for the opportunity that they've given me, not only myself but other students as well that would have possibly or probably never even dreamed of studying abroad or doing anything this big. But ICCR made it happen for us. So yeah, just like to give a big thank you to ICCR and everyone there. You guys have been a major help. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Tovani ji. Wow, that was a very, very interesting journey indeed. Thank you for sharing those details with us. Our next guest speaker is Mr. Senzo Sitole, ICCR scholar from Osmania University, and Senzo ji studied a BBA in tourism and hospitality in 2013 to 2017 at Osmania University. He's also a MBA specialized in human resources management from the Pune University in 2018 to 2020. Namaste and welcome, Sinzoji, for your very profound remarks today on episode 12 of Bharat Ek Anubhuti.
Greetings, namaste, namaskar. My name is Senzo Stole from Bergville, a small town situated near Drankensberg Mountain. I'm here to talk about, or I'm here to share about my experience I had while I was in India, during my studies. So I didn't only do undergraduate, I also did postgraduate, So I did my undergraduate in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad. That was my undergraduate, and I also did my postgraduate in Pune. So two different cities. Two different experience that I had. So first of all, I'll start with the Hyderabad one because it's the first one, and it's also a remarkable one, also eye-opening. It taught me a lot of things. Also, so. In Hyderabad, it's also, when I arrived there, it was 2013. That time, it was a time where, Hyderabad was coming up and growing. It's a growing city. Hyderabad, among all these other cities, it's a growing city, of which right now it grew to, nice, beautiful, city that it is right now. So first, it was obvious, it's a culture shock, a difference, the culture, especially where I'm from and where I was at that time. So it was like a huge difference, and also, adjusting, so I will also come to food, but also, the communication and the living, how people live and everything. So yeah, first thing first for me, there's this one, experience that I had. First day I arrived, and I'll forever remember that one because, ISAR staff, they fetch us. I was traveling with one girl from Lady Smith, Pam. So they fetched us from the airport, dropped us at the ISAR office to do the process, admission, and also they tell you which university you are under, which college you have to go to, and everything. So okay, we're there, we're doing the process and everything. They told us what to do. So we arrived there around 3, in the evening, 3 p.m. So it's getting late and everything. So I'm there, I'm thinking they're gonna give us an accommodation, they're gonna tell us, okay, go to this place where you're gonna sleep, or there's, a place for foreigners when you arrive. So okay, time's up, close the office around 4:30. And then they say, go and look for, this is your college. So they give me an address, and then they gave us 2 different, colleges. We had 2 different colleges. Okay, cool. So they were like, but now what to do now? Because it's late. We have to, find a place to sleep. Like, yeah, just look for a hotel and sleep, So when you're traveling, the hotel and sleep, So when you're traveling, they tell you, for the first time, they tell you, okay, you have to bring such amount, for those, first time when you arrive, for those traveling and everything you have to do within 14 days, So, and then they tell us, look for a hotel, So we're like, okay, how to look for an hotel? Where is the hotel? Like, okay, just go to the road, ask any auto rickshaw. And then at that time, I'm asking myself, what is it? An auto rickshaw? What? They like that yellow thing. So we take our bags, we go straight to the road. We there, the road, they stopping side by side. So we still shocked, like, okay, I didn't stop any, transport. Like, they stopping and they ask you, where do you want to go? So obviously they're not asking, where do you want to go? So they just ask, like, say these other things they saying in Hindi, and most of them are using Hindi and then Telugu. So, at that time I don't know anything. So I'm asking myself, like, what? So, I'm like, okay, please, can you take me to a hotel? And they're like, what? So they can't understand. So I'm like, so someone tell me, like, just mention the hotel that you want to go to, they would take to. So I'm like, okay, hotel. And then I realized I don't know any hotel around there. So I'm like, hotel. They just say, oh, hotel. The funny part in this story is that the whole time, I think about 5 or 6 auto, rickshaws, they are telling me, yeah, come, let's go. But, so us in South Africa, when we say yes, we nod our head like this, we're like, yeah, yes. But them, like, when they say yes, they're like, okay, acha, So, so I'm thinking, like, about like 5 or 6, they were doing the same thing. When the 6 or 7 one, I don't know, the number exactly, but there were a lot. You were telling me, let's go. But then me, I'm just like, okay, maybe they don't want to take me because I'm a foreigner or I'm an African. I'm just having all these thoughts. I'm like, what, or they don't know the place. I'm just asking myself, which, of course, they didn't know the place. They were just going to take me to a random hotel. And then finally one came and said, yeah, come, and then did this. That's when I realized, like, oh, snap. All of these other autos, they were telling me, come, let's go. But me, I thought they saying no because they doing this, tilting their head side to side, like, stuff, So I'm like, oh, they were not saying no. They were saying, yeah, come, let's go. Then we jump in, took us to random hotel, yes, and then we slept. We woke up in the morning. And, that was the experience that I will never forget, that I had. And I think, I'll tell, the stories about it, so it will be one of my stories about India. Then, so went on, searched for the college. So I was there for 4 years. For me, it was just the culture difference, food-wise. So it's like the culture, but then it's food. So, and then I'm a foodie person, So, yeah, when it comes to food, yeah, we did struggle a little bit for some time. We didn't eat because the food was too spicy for all of us. So we were not, getting used to the food, fast. So, we try to dodge the food in the beginning. We look for foreign restaurants, like KFC, McDonald's, all these other one. We eat there, but we realize, no, this is kind of like, we tired. You get tired of eating the same thing every day. So we got tired, and then we decided, you know what, let's just try, the local food. So we tried the local food, and then we're like, no, it's too spicy, we can't. Then classes started, So when class started, we all split because we're a group, South Africans, and then we met other countries and continents also, different people from different parts of the world were there. So then we split now because we attending different colleges, maybe 2. You are lucky if you have like 3 people or 4 people in the same college. So for me, I was the one. Then I met someone who was already, who already did admission before me 2 days, 3 days back. So I met that person in class was starting. Then I was like, okay, cool. And then another one, so we're three, so, and then, okay, at least. So we're there, and then we had an hostel in my college. So we were staying in a hostel for the first year. So we stayed in college, college hostel. So, yeah, we're surrounded by the locals and also, others from other cities. So they ready, they like you gotta taste the food and everything. So they took us, they would recommend the food and everything. So slowly, gradually, we started, adjusting to the food. And yeah, but yeah, we couldn't adjust the hostel food. That was one of the main reasons we moved out of the hostel. So we moved out to stay outside with the other South Africa, so we can cook for ourselves, and cook the South African way. So yeah, we moved out. But I'm glad for the opportunity that ISAT gave us, and I wish they can keep giving others. It was, yeah, such an opening eye, because you also learn to live with other people and see your country from the outside. You step out your own comfort zone, to adjust and see other people how live. It also make you understand life different, because you meet different people. For when I was doing my MBA in Pune City, the only difference was that, okay, now I just moved to a different city. The only difference was that, okay, now I just moved to a different city, but it's still just, was the same. Everything was just easy. I arrived there, so I know where to go, what to do, where to find what. So it was just like simple for that. So for me, that was my experience. In Pune, I was doing my master's under Savitra by Pune University for 2 years. So I specialized in HR. Yeah, that was my experience. Place I've visited a couple of few places. I'm not a person who like to check sightseeing and everything. So I'm more into just living with people. So of which I had classmates, friends, closest friends. So I was living with them just to understand other people. That's what I'm big on, for me. So I'm grateful for an opportunity. Yeah, so if I do get another chance to be on that country, I will. Man, a lot of reason make me say that. Like, if I do get an opportunity to be on that country again, of course I'll grab it with both hands. So yeah, but I'm grateful for ISA to give us the opportunity to go and study, and also have the degree under our names and everything, and also the experience that we do get, because also give you an insight, how they living. Thank you so much. Senzo, I'm out. Peace.
Thank you so much, Senzoji, for those remarks. Wow, you have so many beautiful experiences. I mean, of course, living in two beautiful states of India. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. With this, we've come to the conclusion of episode 12 of Bharat Ek Anubhuti, India, a Feeling, and online travelogue series. I would like to now introduce Mr. Sipiwe Mchunu from the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India in Durban to render this evening's vote of thanks.
Namaskar. Greetings to all of you. On behalf of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India in Durban, I am honored today to deliver a vote of thanks on 12th episode of the program, India, a Feeling. Allow me to thank our own guest, Mr. Andile Kumaro, a ICCR scholar alumni at the University of Osmania in India. In India, he obtained a BA in commerce. Our second online guest was Mr. Tobani Ntembu, an ICCR scholar alumni also. He studied at the University of Shillong, where he obtained BA Politics. Lastly, Mr. Senzo Sitole, a ICCR scholar from the University of Osmania. He obtained a BBA Tourism and Hospitality. To all these students, I'd like to say to Andileji, Tobaniji, and Senzoji, Danyavad, thank you for taking part on today's program. To Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi, Director of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India in Devon, Sister Harinaya and Sri Piyush Kandura, thank you very much for taking part on today's program. To all our online participants, we'd like to say thank you very much for taking part on today's program. Please visit our ICCR Facebook page so that you'll be updated about all cultural activities organized by Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center in Devon. Once again, to Andile Ji, to Bani Ji, and Sanjo Ji, thank you very much. All of you have a wonderful evening. Namaskar.